Hello friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. I'm so glad you could join me here today. I have a little project share with some tips and tricks. This is made for the latest challenge at the Frilly and Funky Challenge blog, which is sponsored by the Funkie Junkie Boutique. And the challenge is Vintage Valentines. We're to create a Valentine that doesn't use bright red or hot pink, just vintage colors. And I went to this gorgeous Prima Spring Farmhouse Collection, which you can get at the Funkie Junkie Boutique, along with ephemera and chipboard and all kinds of wonderful add-ons. But this just has a great soft neutral color palette. And what I wanted to create was the feeling of an old country farmhouse, the colors and images. So I used a Prima Venetian shutter and dry brushed it with some antique linen distress paint, and then I turned it into a shaker. And I have to tell you people, this is the easiest shaker I have ever made, because you can see the window has great depth and it's made in 2 layers. So I just cut my clear acrylic cardstock to fit down inside the shutter frame, flipped it over, added my beautiful sequin mix from Buttons Galore and More, and then adhered my focal image to the back of the frame, popped it on, and easy peasy. I've done some stitching, I added some burlap for a real vintage country feel, and then here's the Valentine bit, one of my favorite quotes: "Grow old with me, the best is yet to come." The poem actually goes, "Grow old along with me, the best is yet to be." And it's kind of been a guiding light for our marriage over the past 42 years. So these are Prima flowers layered on either side, and this is one of the ephemera pieces that I just kind of bowed out and glued down with some Spanish moss that I had in my stash. Here's one of the charming little chipboard bees with the little tiny wood piece. That's really precious. And then these are Prima flowers that I just arched over the sentiment with white burlap string. Lots of distressing, lots of layers, really, really shabby and delicious. This paper is wonderful. So this is antique gold silky crush ribbon. This charm, this bee charm, is from the Funkie Junkie Boutique, and I just shabbied it up with a little more of that antique linen distress paint. So let's take a peek inside. This started out, I truly genuinely did start out to build a card, but then this idea just started blooming in my mind and I had to go with it. So this is pretty good size. This measures, 6 inches across. Actually, it's 6 inches across, and it, I think, is a full 8.5 inches tall with a 1/2 inch spine. If I had this to do over again, I would score in a 1-inch spine on my papers. These are just 8.5 by 11 papers that I joined with score tape. I wish the spine was a little thicker, but again, I was planning to make a card, not a folio, so sometimes these ideas just take over and lead me down paths that are unexpected. So here's the first opening. It is a trifold, and on the left is just a simple panel with a little pull-out insert, and this will hold 4x6 photos, so that's very nice. You can get 3 photos there, and I wanted to leave one panel big enough for a 5x7, so you could do a family photo or an engagement photo or a wedding photo, anniversary photo. And again, I just love the soft vintage colors and images of this collection. Then this first panel is kind of a fun flip panel that I created with a 5x7 envelope. And I just lined the envelope. I laid the flap down as my turn device. And then inside, you've got room for more photos. And these are the 4x6 ephemera cards from the collection. And they make great little photo mounts. And you could also put more photos in the envelope. Then there's another pull-out page here with room for more 4x6 photos, and then another photo mount here, and this is a tuck spot, so you can put your photo back behind the heart and home images there. And again, lots of distressing on the inside. I used Gathered Twigs Distress ink to color all the edges. I love this brown and cream color combination with just little touches of pink for Valentine's. I just think it's so elegant. So then this flips out again, and then I have a pocket page over here. And inside, just because the scraps are on my table, I created these two little magnetic wallet size photo holders, and these are 3.5 by 5. So perfect for wallet photos, and these just flip down and open, and the magnets are hidden behind this panel. And I do have lots of tutorials on my channel for how to work with magnets. Again, these are ephemera pieces that I've used to dress up the tab tops. And I just used a crocodile stub corner punch to shape the corners. And again, you could stick more photos back in behind here. And then the center is this wonderful waterfall, has a magnetic belly band. And I kept this very simple because the idea here is photos. And I'll just flip through it very quickly. There are 7 panels. Each of these measures, oops, put the ruler right side up, 5 by 4. So you can put nice size photos here. There's room to add journaling if you want to journal. And I just used scraps that were on the table to make this. Then on the bottom, to finish this out, is a lovely little pocket and 2 more inserts using the 3 by 4 ephemera pieces, and then room inside for photos and journaling, and those just tuck down into the pocket. So this is just such a sweet collection. It has a wonderful, comforting vintage feel, and I thought it would be so fun to use it for this Vintage Valentine's Day challenge. I'll have more information about the challenge on my blog, and I'll put the link to my blog post below, but I hope you'll play along with us in this lovely Vintage Valentine's Day challenge at the Frilly and Funky Challenge blog. Thank you so much. I'll have some still photos and close-ups following this little project share, and I'm going to go get my craft on. Bye.